Men's fashion is completely changing as we near the end of 2023, and it seems like 2024 is going to be a sort of global reset for menswear, streetwear, and just fashion trends as a whole. I feel like trend fatigue has finally come and swept and eroded away all the bullshit, the fake trends, the micro trends, the fads, and has made it easier for people to recognize not just timeless style, but to kind of figure out their own individual and independent style. We have now seen what works, seen what sticks around. We made a complete 180 from what was trending 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when the whole super skinny look came in. We had goth, we had tech, we had gorp, and it just really seems to me like 2024 is going to be a culmination of everything that we've seen basically since the 90s, and kind of take what's stuck around and make it easier for people to express their own style and not have to necessarily follow any trends. All of the creators I'm seeing these days are so individual. None of them really dress the same. They might take cues from certain styles, certain people, certain brands, but they all put it together differently in their own right, and I really think that that's going to be the trend. So with that being said, I've decided to put together a list of 5 menswear essentials for men's fashion beginners and 5 menswear essentials for experts who are already seasoned in the game but they want a little something different. And these are going to be the building blocks that are going to allow you to express this new style and really have fun with the way that you dress, because now you're not following what other people are saying. You could really do whatever you want, and I think that that's what the fashion climate of 2024 is going to bring us. So let's start with number 1. For my men's fashion beginners, I think that every man should own a fleece half-zip jacket or sweater, and the reason is because the fleece is one of those true timeless menswear garments that not only has a little bit of style to it, but also a real sense of utility, because it's meant to keep you warm, it's meant to be layered under, it's meant to be layered over, it's easy care, it's easy wash, they're strong, and they're just really good at what they do. My personal favorite fleece is my 18 East black fleece that has this really strong high quality zipper, really spacious roomy pockets, and a nice baggy fit that really helps keep me insulated but also a little fashion forward. And I love how the neck is so close to the body, because what I really like to do with fleeces is I really love to substitute turtlenecks with them. So I'll throw a fleece under an overcoat, under a denim jacket, I'll tuck them into a pair of dress pants, I'll do all types of stuff, because the fleece brings you so much variety and allows you to have a lot of fun. There's a couple of places you could get these fleeces. I suggest 18 East, Patagonia, and if you're in the market for something a little more luxury, you could even go with the Norse Projects that has a really nice contrast one. But chances are, anywhere you go with this, getting a fleece jacket or sweater is a no-fail option. Next up, we got a wide leg pleated chino or dress pant, and the reason why I love these garments is because they're the perfect everyday pants, whether you want to wear them with dress shirts, sweaters, t-shirts. They have so much detail in their own right, because you could tuck the t-shirt in and really show off the details, such as the pleats. Maybe you want to show off the belt you're wearing, and they also drape really well because of that extra fullness in the thigh that's created by the pleats. And depending on the fabric, these can be ultra casual or they could be ultra dressy. One of my favorite pleated pants is actually these thrifted Burberry pants that I have. They have a little bit of like a micro houndstooth kind of pattern to it, and it just has this really gorgeous brown with a little bit of a greenish overtone. And I love wearing this pant with literally almost anything, like denim shirts, blazers, denim jackets. And there was a time where I basically wore this pant almost every day, because with these pants you really can, they literally just go with everything. Some of my favorite pleated pants come from Orslo, Olive Clothing, COS, Studio Nicholson, and so many more. But all in all, if you need just one pant to really round out your wardrobe, get yourself a real nice pair of pleated pants, whether it's a cotton casual or a woolen formal, because these pants are going to serve you well and be one of the backbones to your wardrobe. Next up, we got raw selvage denim, and I know I talk about this a lot and nobody's surprised that I mentioned raw denim, but the thing is, you really have to think about how raw denim is almost like the perfect garment for longevity, because every time you wear your jeans, they're gonna change. And it's almost like every time you wear your jeans, you're wearing a new pair, because it's not the same jean that you wore the day before. And they also just go with everything, because denim is recognized as a neutral, and it is one of the few garments in this world that actually ages favorably, and they break down to something absolutely gorgeous. Whether you want something slim, whether you want something skinny, whether you want something wide, something baggy, raw selvage denim has it all and can fit itself into everybody else's style, rather than you trying to fit raw denim into your style. Raw selvage denim is a malleable style. It's a malleable garment in which you could really make it work for you in any type of way, and over time create something absolutely beautiful. Some of my favorite selvage denim comes from Sugarcane, Full Count, Naked and Famous, and so on and so forth. There's so many brands where you can find, experiment, and settle with if you're looking for that one brand to trust, and there's so many resources of information on the internet to help you find your perfect raw denim jeans. Next up, we have the Overshirt, which is one of the most important and integral wardrobe building blocks that are going to help round out your closet, because they could be worn as shirts, they could be worn as jackets, you could wear them over t-shirts, over turtlenecks, over over sweaters. You could wear them under blazers. There is so much you can do with a really nice overshirt, whether it's cotton, whether it's flannel, whether it's wool. And these are just easy care garments that could really help class up any fit instantly, and also from the utility perspective, really keep you warm. Some of my favorite overshirts come from COS, come from Obey, Wive, Story MFG. There's just so many that have so many different feels, so many different fits, so many different styles, and this piece is going to give you a lot of play to have a lot of fun with your wardrobe. Now for the last choice for the beginners, we have the raw Selvedge denim jacket in a type 1 or a type 2. The reason why I don't like the type 3 is because it really doesn't look good oversized. If you want to kind of fit that into your style, it really only looks good when it's kind of slim, but the type 1 and the type 2 lend itself so well to any style, and they're also different. They're also so much fun to play with, and they fade down a little differently from the type 3 as well. So I definitely recommend a really nice type 2 or type 1 jacket that's going to go with basically every piece that we just named, and is going to age down beautifully, and is going to become something special over time. Some of my favorite type 1 and type 2 jackets are the Left Field NYC, Mule Skinner jacket, which is one that I own, the Story MFG Sunday and Tuesday jacket, one of which I also own, the Bronson MFG, the Full Count. There are so many of these jackets out in circulation that no matter which one you pick, this is also a no-fail option. Now for the menswear experts, I didn't want to go too outlandish because I didn't want to impose too much of my own personal style, so I tried to keep it a little calm while still bringing a little bit of flair, because fashion at this point, at this upper level scale, is definitely more subjective, and I know a lot of pieces on this list are not going to be everybody's taste, but let's just have fun with it and see what we could come up with. So the number one piece that I recommend as an essential for every men's fashion expert is definitely a pair of nylon or polyurethane coated rain pants, and I don't yet own one of these. I definitely should, especially because they have this really nice wide kind of character to them that gives that real exaggerate, very flowy, very drapey kind of look, and they also have that wicked shine, which is definitely going to bring some allure to the fit. And Rains, which is a brand that manufactures protective weather gear, has so many different colors and so many different fits, and makes some of the coolest, most interesting rain pants that I've ever seen. So I would definitely take a look at these and really consider picking up a pair of rain pants. Next up, we got oversized blazers in either a single-breasted or a double-breasted, and I always love myself a nice double-breasted oversized blazer. I know a lot of people like single-breasteds, and that's fine. You could do whatever you want. Tailoring is another avenue of menswear that's kind of subjective, so you could definitely experiment with it when it comes to fit, when it comes to color, when it comes to style. I just so happen to like double-breasted blazers. Not everybody does, and that's fine, but some of the brands that manufacture really interesting single and double-breasted blazers are brands like Our Legacy, 18 East, Acne Studios. So many different brands have so many different cuts, fits, color schemes, and perspective when it comes to tailoring. But I definitely recommend picking up a blazer when you need that little extra bit of class and when you really just want to kind of feel yourself. Next up is a little controversial. A lot of people hate these, and a lot of people like myself really love these. I really love a real nice patchwork shirt or patchwork jacket. I think that patchwork is such an interesting take on repurposing garments or repurposing fabrics, and a lot of manufacturers have started taking scrap fabrics and putting them together to create something beautiful, but to also eliminate waste and make each piece individual and unique, which I think is really the fun and the allure of owning a patchwork piece. And they're also just some of the most eye-catching and interesting garments that are available. Some of my favorite patchwork pieces come from Supreme, Kings of Indigo, and so many other brands. These are just the ones that I own, and there are brands like 316 that make beautiful patchwork jackets, Gardo that make beautiful patchwork shirts from materials that are left over in the factory. There are just so many avenues to kind of take this whole patchwork vibe, and it's really a gorgeous, interesting look that I think every man should embrace. Next up, we have the oversized overcoat, which I think every man needs, no question at all. Even the beginners, even the experts, everybody in between. You need that real trusty, sturdy, oversized coat that gives a lot of presence, almost kind of dramatizes your outfit a little bit, but it really helps bring the outfit to life, and it makes you look powerful, it makes you look expensive, and it also keeps you warm. The oversized overcoat is one of the most important structural pieces to a wardrobe, and again is another piece that can go with literally anything from t-shirts to turtlenecks to sweaters to denim jackets to fleeces, all the way up to suits. You need that oversized coat because it is going to lend itself very well to you, and it's probably going to end up being one of your most worn pieces. Two of my favorite overcoats that I've been eyeing have definitely been the wide overcoats. All of them just have this really significant, extraordinary look to them. They're tailored to perfection, and they have these really nice textures in the fabric to them with a little bit of that rustic Americana feel to it. And the other one being the De Bon Fracture. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right, even though I know I'm not. But the De Bon Fracture Grandad coat is my grail coat that I've been looking at for so long. And granted, while it is expensive, expensive, you could really see why. It is a real nice unstructured oversized coat that has a self belt and has this amazing hairy texture to it that is guaranteed to keep you warm and guaranteed to make you look good. The last essential for experts that I wholeheartedly recommend, I know a lot of people hate this one too, but I always recommend a real nice pair of Mules, and you want to keep these clean. These aren't regular Birks. You want something that's interesting. You want something that has a little bit of that flair to it, but something that's going to keep you comfortable, something that's easy to put on, something that's going to match with a lot of different styles. And 316 has definitely been my favorite mule that strikes the perfect balance between utility, comfort, class, elegance, and just ease of access. They're so easy to just throw on with a nice baggy denim or a baggy pair of pleated pants and a big shirt or an oversized t-shirt. I love mules, and I think a lot of people need to start to appreciate them more because they're definitely one of the perfect pieces to really help round out the wardrobe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the 2K. We made it to 2K. It's literally been a year and about a month, maybe a month and a half at this point, but for us to make it to 2K in this short time is so crazy to me, and I think I finally figured out how I want to celebrate the 2K mark, so definitely stay tuned for that. But again, thank you guys so much for your love and support and for your feedback. I really couldn't be happier, and you guys have really given me a sense of purpose in my life. Before this, I really was starting to feel bored, kind of lost, but doing this has really invigorated my work ethic, my growth in my style, and honestly, I've been having so much fun, and I couldn't be thankful enough. So with that being said, thank you guys again, and I'll see you next week.